Hello everyone, my name is Arthur, and I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about what happened to me that basically made my life much harder. I was coming home from college one day in 2009. I was getting out of school early, and a vehicle decided to pass a van in a no passing zone, and I was coming around the curve. So when I came around the curve, I was meeting the vehicle head on. I did everything to avoid stopping and avoid hitting them head on. I didn't hit that vehicle or anybody else. I oh, I I veered off to the side of the road. There said there was a hole there, and it caused my truck to hydroplane, and I hit a tree head on. It's like something I really don't like to talk about because like to me it's really like a real downfall because I had to move into my grandmother's house after being in the hospital for a month. And so basically I was a bed patient in the hospital, and then I had to go home to rehabilitate as a bed patient. So I went to back to my grandmother's house, and I basically slept in a motorized recliner, and it was not like really pleasant because I mean I had I had like all these gowns, these like hospital gowns that I was given from the hospital because I was not mobile. And whenever I had to use the bathroom, I had to use the bathroom in the living room right there at that chair. I had like urinal, some of you guys been to the hospital, little hand potty thing, whatever. It took me 6 months to actually kind of recover and walk again. Technically, I am disabled, but they say I am too young, so therefore I don't qualify. And my only job experience that I have is basically like hard manual labor, and I'm like very limited to that as of this point. Still, I got something wrong with my shoulder. I could barely even move 10 pounds with it. I went to the hospital. I mean, they examined it. They said I had a extreme limited range of motion. It's a string. They determined it was extremely weak because they had performed a bunch of various tests and stuff. Had to get an MRI done, and in a couple of weeks I got to go back and they got to repeat the MRI and determine what they're gonna do about surgery. But in the meantime, I was just determined to earn my degree as a physical therapist because I mean it's like my passion. I don't think I want another degree in something else, but I'm determined to make it. But I'm not 100% sure if I can make it or not. Because I mean, as of right now, we really don't have any electricity. This is the struggles. This is the struggles we've been having. I mean, my wife, she been sick. I'm sick. Neither one is like working, and we're both like really trying, and we always getting the short end of the stick. Especially me, it's like seem like every road, as people say that I take, like everybody have roads to take in life, or rather say, a direction or a path. But it seems like each one that I take, it always leads me to a dead end, or something causes it to lead me to a dead end. Right now, I'm suffering from what is called post-traumatic stress syndrome, with PTSD. Um, the accident also caused me to have anxiety. I got like crazy depression moods, and developed diabetes. hormone deficiency. I got rheumatoid arthritis. Started in my foot and ankle on my right leg, and cause like they had to reconstruct my foot and ankle because the bones was dislocated, and that was also crushed. So they put it back together and held it together with like 2 or 3 screws. And I also had like an external fixation, etc., etc. Basically, my femur itself was destroyed, so I really have no femur. I had what they call a metal on metal hip replacement, which is it's like a hip replacement that attaches to another piece of metal that runs down to the end of my knee, and that is my femur, so to say. So anyway, they according to the doctors, arthritis started to develop from my ankle, and now it's developing in my right knee. So now I go often to get cortisone, what they call cortisone shot injections, and I got to get a series of cortisone injections, and then I got to get a gel injection, and it works for a short period of time. I mean, it does, but they're not working for my shoulder because they won't try on my shoulder, and I agreed to it. I mean, it's not working for my shoulder, so they try to figure out what's going on with it. So literally, like physically, right now I am like one-armed. So, like really, I can't even actually pick my book bag up with my left arm. That's how weak and like serious pain that is it in. I mean, it's not literally, my biceps or my triceps or anything to do with my forearm. I mean, it's actually my shoulder, what's supporting my arm. So, I mean, I have no strength support. Like I said, so right now, we like, straight up, we've been in the dark for a week. I just came home. From Sheets. I mean, luckily they allowed me to stay in there that long. Literally. Because I've been there all day doing my schoolwork through my laptop. That's like our really only means of doing like my schoolwork. So I mean, I've been there struggling to do my work. My grades ain't the best in the world. I'm still trying to keep my head up, and I'm still trying. My goal is to apply and get accepted into UNC Chapel Hill. And I'm doing everything that I can to continue to go and cause it to be accomplished. But everything that's happened to me, it kind of like slowed everything down. But I still want to do my best. As you can see, I mean, there's a good bulb. I mean, literally, it's a good bulb in here, and it works. Cause I actually wanted to show y'all and prove to y'all that this actually happened. The bulb is good. There's nothing wrong with the bulb. It works. It will work. Also, we had electricity, and there's also a light switch right there on the wall. That's the light switch. The light switch controls the light that I just showed you above. So, I mean, as you can see, I have nothing. There's nothing on. I have to switch on, and the light is not on. And we're gonna show you one more thing. And this is our thermostat meter. No, I gotta have electricity for the thermostat meter to work. I want you to take a good look and notice, that there's nothing literally on the thermostat meter. Right here, I can press this like button, nothing happens. Press either the up or down, nothing happens. And look, nothing. Cold, there's nothing here. Hot, nothing here. Alright. And this is how I've been off and on ever since I had that automobile accident that was caused by somebody else. And literally, they did not catch them. They tried to actually put the blame on me, in which there was nobody around to even witness it. One state trooper said, according to my wife, one state trooper was going to throw it out, and he was going to just write it up because he said it was an accident. But they don't know who the perpetrator was. But he had got a call. Another state trooper came in, and that state trooper wrote up a bunch of bogus tickets on things that didn't even relate to me or anything that I'd done. And I was looking at 5 years in prison over something I didn't do. Luckily for me, I went to court. I mean, I had witnesses of people who would have done what was done, and they got me off. That's when I found out I was looking at 5 years, because the judge looked at me and said, "Son, do you know you're facing 5 years?" Because I said I didn't want a lawyer. And I looked at him. I said, "No, I did not." And I wish to proceed. And he was like, "Okay, tell me what happened." And I told him what happened. And luckily, that plus, my witnesses, they threw it out of court. But the whole incident caused me so much turmoil. I mean, we had no money coming in, because both me and my wife are sick. My wife got tumors on her ovary the size of her arm. She got to have a full hysterectomy done. She got get her breast biopsy to see if she got breast cancer. Bunch of other stuff. And like me, I had other surgeries prior to my automobile accident. I mean, I had a tumor growing on my vocal cords that was so large it was cutting the oxygen off through that was going through my windpipe. And I got to the point where I literally couldn't breathe. And that's when the point I was like, I gotta go to the emergency room. And that's when so they sent me to ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And she went down my throat with a light camera. And that's when she noticed the tumor, and I found out. She gave me some steroids to kind of help shrink it so I could breathe, until I was able to get into surgery. And they actually found I had it removed. And then they told me, I got to have surgery on my arm. So I mean, it's like, what else can I do? Everything that I apply for that I can do, like desk jobs, or even like secretary jobs or whatnot, I don't get picked or chosen. And I talked to my doctor about it. I'm like, why? I mean, it's like, I'm not here not trying to work. I'm trying to actually work. I'm applying for jobs. And she was like, well, for one, you're a man. And most men, they don't give secretary jobs and stuff like that to most men. And I'm thinking, like, why not? I need to work. I'm willing to work too. What about the people out there with limitations, and that's all they can do is stuff like that. That's all they have left that they can do. They have no extra educational background completed that advise them, that will allow them to do something else. So I mean, what are they supposed to do? So this is where I'm stuck at. And on top of that, I have 2 daughters. So I mean, we struggling right now. My grandmother has my oldest daughter, and I let my parents keep my youngest daughter until try to get everything situated. In case that you are not convinced, that our struggles are real. I mean, this right here is like actually going to actually put you in our window and show you where we have been at since. this person caused my trauma and the turmoil in my life. That is a microwave, actually fixed in microwave. That's actually fixed electrically. And look, it is not even on. There's nothing on, literally. The microwave does nothing. And our refrigerator, most people think, oh hey, you got food stamps, whatever, blah 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 blah. You should have plenty. I'm sorry about that. My battery is actually dying because we have no electricity. But anyway, people like, you got food stamps, so you have plenty of food. That is not the case. We barely get anything for food stamps. It is kind of weird because our stepdaughter, my stepdaughter, like I was saying, it's kind of weird because my stepdaughter, she get like more than we get, and me, my wife, my 2 daughters, we barely get $200 a month. Barely. Plus my stepdaughter. So I mean, like right now,